Hey everyone, welcome back to Emily's Adventure Awaits. Today's video isn't about a single place I visited. It's about how we visit and how we film. It's a little bit of a heavier topic, so sit down. I hope you enjoy this type of thing. I hope I have the right words for this. Also, normally everything I do is unscripted, but today I am following a script, so if you see me glancing and reading, that's why. Alright, so I've been sitting with the truth recently. Not all storytelling on YouTube is ethical. And not all travel is respectful. But there are some people who are doing it right. And I hope to be one of them. But first, I want to give you a little bit of a quick life update. So let's go to the update section. Okay, so quick life update. I've been writing more. I'm in writing mode. I actually started a new novel called The Smoke That Hungers. It's a horror novel based in the mountains of Appalachia, where I'm from. I got a new teaching job. I have been teaching the most amazing students from China, UAE, pretty much everywhere around the world. A lot of students from Brazil, and just dreaming. Lots of dreaming about places that I want to visit. And here's the thing. I don't want to visit just the polished cities, but I want to visit the forgotten places too. I want to explore the highlights and the shadows, if you would. Places like castles, temples, fun areas like claw machines and just fun things to do. But also the shelters, the campsites, flood zones, nuclear disaster warfare areas. But I want to do it with respect, with permission, and with care. So I want to talk about two particular YouTubers that I really appreciate their work, and that I find do this the best way, in my mind. So let's go ahead and go over to our first segment, talking about Sonny from Best Over Food Review Show. Alright, let's start the video that shows what right looks like, okay? Best Ever Food Review Show has always been one of my favorite YouTube channels. I love learning about different food and different culture from around the world. And I recently watched one that was a little bit heavier than his normal things. It's when Sonny took a trip to Uganda. So he goes to areas most tourists would avoid. Not to pity the people, not to sensationalize and make fun of, but to eat, to learn, to laugh with the people, to be with them. He never makes anybody feel small. He never invades into people's life. He lifts people up by focusing on what they're proud of, especially their food. And he mentions how joyful the people were in Uganda, even though they had very little. But it's not the point. The point is the flavor, the culture, and the pride in their food. This is the kind of creator I want to be. Someone who walks into a neighborhood and sees abundance where other people see nothing. And who never, ever, from what I understand, takes a story without asking permission. Without going with the local. To make sure he doesn't hurt anybody. Or to make sure he doesn't go into an area where he's not allowed to, like someone's home, without permission. Alright, so second part is another one of my favorite YouTubers. A YouTuber that goes by Abroad in Japan, or Chris Broad. So, Chris has been living in Japan for, I believe, 14 years, if I'm remembering correct. He was once an English teacher in Japan, and he made his career by videos. So, he recently did a video commenting on another content creator, who I'm not going to mention in this video, who are using homeless for clout. Okay? So, Japan in general is normally painted as like this perfect place. This utopia, if you would. But the truth is, everywhere else, we have cracks that are overlooked. We have a drug problem. We have a homelessness problem. We have people who are forgotten. People who are overlooked. And Chris actually covers this, in my opinion, with a lot of dignity. He speaks about people, not about them. He shows us what's real without dehumanizing people. He's visited places like disaster zones after tsunamis, earthquakes, floods, and he never makes it about himself. He doesn't cry at the camera. And he doesn't step over the broken places for the perfect shot. He asks questions. He talks to people. He talks to the people that experienced it, the people that were there, the people who had loss. He asks questions. He waits for permission. And he honors the story that's already there. And that's another one of the models that I want to follow. I do. Watching Chris over the last few years has been amazing. With his biking across Japan, with him covering all these different things. And he does it in such a way that's fun, but he's not dehumanizing people. That's the word. Alright, so I guess my problem is with short content. Nowadays, people use short content all the time, especially on the shorts on YouTube. So, because of the flip side, we all know it goes viral. We do. Creators going into homeless camps and filming them without consent, getting harassed. Tourists using refugee camps as backdrops, and TikTokers and YouTubers throwing food at the slum kids for views, you know? It's not storytelling, that's harassment. It's trauma porn. You're not a better person because you flew and traveled a broken place. You're not a savior because you had a selfie stick. If you didn't ask, you didn't earn the story. Okay? That's my opinion. If you didn't take the time to learn about these people, learn about what they have, learn if they're happy, you messed up, in my opinion. And yes, there's absolutely a way to give food to the homeless or help with money without looking like you're a hero. Heck, you can even do that off camera. You know? And if you expect that you are going to walk into a place that's homeless, for example, that is their home. That park bench. That corner of the building. That's all they know is home. So if you walk in with a camera and shove it in their face, they are going to be mad. They may harass you. That's your own fault. Imagine walking into someone's house here in America walking in without being invited. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get the police call. You're probably going to have to go to court. You're going to be arrested probably because that's illegal. You're going to be lucky if you get out of there without being hurt. Okay? It's the same thing. That park bench may be the only home someone knows, then you're invading it. Ask permission, my dudes. Be normal. I mean, yeah, if you're walking down the street and you're doing a little street view, you're going to get people. You are. You may even get a homeless person, but don't walk up to them and be like, "Oh my God, you're homeless, you live in a box." Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't use them for clout. Just don't. It's as simple as that. Ugh. Okay, so here's where I stand. I want to be a storyteller. I want to be a documentarian. Documentarian? Yes, I said that right. I want to be a traveler, but I want to do it with consent. I want to film these beautiful places, the ones that we view as utopia. The big cities, the fancy food, all these things that we see, the happy things. But I want to see the hurting ones. But not without listening to them. Not without earning their trust. Not without remembering that I am a guest in their home. Even if their home is unconventional. Even if it's made out of tin. Even if it's made out of a box. I want to do that with permission. No one's life is my content without their permission. No one's pain is my plot twist. It's not how it works. I want to be like Sonny. I want to be like Chris. Curious, respectful, but grounded. I want to be able to laugh with locals. I want to be able to grieve with them too, but on their terms, not mine. Yeah. So, I guess closing thoughts. If you're a creator or a traveler with a camera, I hope you ask yourself this. I hope you ask yourself more, did I ask permission? Did I center myself, or did I just center the people? Did I film to elevate, or just to entertain? Because we can do better. We can. We can film disasters without being a disaster. We can visit the slums without being patronizing. And we can show hardship without stealing people's humanity. We just have to choose it. We have to choose to be kind. Be normal. Be a person. Alright, so thank you for watching today. This one was from the heart. If you're a fellow creator, let's talk about this in the comments. What do you think? What's your code of ethics when you travel? My phone died, so let's record this outro the way it's supposed to be. Alright. Thanks for watching, everybody, today. This one really came from my heart. It was heavy to me, so yeah. Anyway, if you are a fellow creator, I want to know things. So, what's your code of ethic when you travel? And what stories do you want to tell? And how will you tell them with respect? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Alright, so thank you guys again. So from now on, let's start to build a world where we don't judge when we go to places. Okay? We learn them. We see them. We honor them. We respect them. Be good to people. See you in the next one.